Once pepper enter your mouth, you might. So your mouth must be open. What is so true? Which is negative energy. You might get from shaking hands. I get from intercourse. Putting it in my mouth. Any words I'm going to speak. Reason I'm using odd number is because you cannot divide odd number. So whichever thing I must have said here cannot be divided. So this is the way we pray.
Yeah.
Because once we do this, like the Christians, once they bring olive oil and whichever and communicate to their chief, they tend to get answers as well as us. I'm sorry to use this, the early Christians, they demonized our religion, but we are on it. What attracted me was the hits. My relationship with my wife is a product of social media. Because I never see I'm the same money.
One thing that I always had in mind to ask, your relationship with your wife, does it get to the point where you need to give her head? My name is Paulson Namdiwala, and I want to thank my audience, those who have been listening in and watching this podcast. And without you, this is whatever I'm doing here doesn't make any sense. The viewers, I appreciate you all, and I thank you all. And by my right is my co-host.
My name is Chike Sonia.
And I have my guest.
My name is Azubike Zefuna.
And the wife.
My name is Cynthia Black.
So today we are going to be talking about this wonderful family and a lot of things that comes with marriage, and there's going to be so much insight on today's program. So starting off, I'm going to be asking a little bit questions about your background and how you got to where you are today. Education, family, where you're from. I'd love to
know. Firstly, I would have said ladies first. Because I'm very civilized and I have a wonderful mom who told me ladies first.
Okay.
So, but it at its may, she's my wife.
Okay.
So, my name is Azubike Zefuna.
Okay.
I am Aririmba. My background is fantastic. I was actually raised in Aba. Anybody who knows Aba should know Oboya Road.
Definitely.
So Oboya, after Mkwangwa.
Okay.
So it's a streetwise neighborhood. So I have a very streetwise upbringing. My secondary school I did in National High School Aba.
Okay.
So at some point I went to senior science school at Ikwano. So because it's a science school, I'm a scientist.
Okay.
So I'm a product of University of Nijgeria Nsuka campus.
Oh, wow.
I'm a medical lab scientist by profession.
Oh, wow.
Also, I was SUG speaker during my own time, a very vibrant one. And right now I'm CEO of different businesses, and above all, I'm a native doctor.
Nice to hear from you. You mind giving us a little bit of your background?
Okay. I had a very not so regular background the way I grew up. I was born in Lagos. I did part of my childhood in Lagos. We moved to Port Harcourt, and finally I graduated from IMSU, Imo State University. So along the line in school, I met this man. So he has been a very big part of my story.
Okay.
So I can't just talk about myself without mentioning him, because I met him at the earlier stage of my life. Let's say my 100 level second semester year.
Okay.
So that's just about it. And now we are married. I have a daughter, and I'm also a businesswoman. So yeah.
Okay. Great. Before we continue, I see that you have some things that you brought out here. Do you mind doing your normal stuff?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. That shows that you believe in freedom of worship and association.
Definitely.
Because I'm onye Igbo. Not just I'm onye Igbo, I'm onye Ogommo. So and I need to elaborate a little before I go into this.
Definitely.
So when I was a Catholic, that's what we go. They call catechism.
Okay.
They say catechism will ask you, "Gịnị bụ mmụọ?" Or say mmụọ bụ ihe dị adịdị ndụ na-enwe arụ na-ana ahụ anya ma ọ bụ n'olu ya ma ọ bụ metụ ya aka. That is the definition of mmụọ in Catholicism. They say onye bụ mmụọ? Or say Chukwu bụ mmụọ, onye ji aka ya biri n'onwe ya, onwe isi mbido nke ọ na-enwe isi njedebe, ọ babụrụzie onye okike, ose biri ụwa nke ihe niile. So in the other words, when I say abụ onye ọgọmmụọ, I mean onye na-ekpere Chukwu. So but that I'm using the language of my ancestors, which is the Igbo language. So hence when we say abụ onye ọgọmmụọ, it doesn't mean that on ndị nwụrụ anwụ. Although ndị nwụrụ anwụ bụ mmụọ, mana onye bụ isi mmụọ bụ Chukwu. So what you see in here, n'omenala Igbo, before I bido ihe ọbụla, anyị na-ekpe ekpere with ihe dịka nzu, edo, ose ọjị na ọjị. So actually why I brought it here is due to my spirituality, my belief. I believe in one way or the other I might be asked questions relating to this. So I'll have something empirical to show what actually we are doing. But before we start, I don't know if you can permit me to...
Please.
Yeah, it's okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Osoji. In English, you call it alligator pepper.
Yes.
So, ndị Igbo na-asị na Osoji adịghị eji iji here. So, hence, once we want to open Osoji, we make sure that we don't do it in front of you. So, we take it backwards to open it.
Okay.
So that once we use it to say something, or that iji here.
Okay.
Once pepper enter your mouth, you might do, so your mouth must be open. So after doing this, we take the Osoji. My wife, my wife is a supportive one, but she doesn't like long prayers in ordinary.
We will come to that.
So what I will use this Osoji to do is to do what we call Ibachocho, cleansing. So how do we do that? We take as many as you can, 1, 2, 3, 4, as the case may be. So this is Ocho. What is Ocho? Which is negative energy. You might get from shaking hands, might get from intercourse, might get from different things. So we use this Osoji to remove that. And then I say I'm not going to throw it around here. I'm going to keep it let out, take it outside because it believes to be dustbin.
Okay.
So I'm going to use this one and put in my mouth. The reason why I'm putting this in my mouth, so putting it in my mouth, any words I'm going to speak, it's not just going to be just like that because I have Osoji in my mouth. So that's why we put it in my mouth, and I'm using 3. You can see instead of 4. The reason I'm using odd number is because you cannot divide odd number. Yeah. So whichever thing I must have said here cannot be divided. It must be the way it can be 3, can be 7, can be 9, can be odd numbers. Yes. Which means whatever we are saying here, no demon, no human will be able to thwart it. Yes. So that's why you see me have 3. Also, the 3 represent what we call Ikenga. Okay. Ikenga. So let's go ahead. First of all, you bring Uzu. Chukwu okike, Chukwu kere eluigwe n'ụwa kpọkuo ngeza na-ekpechara ọgụ nna kacha nna nọ na Hidden Facts podcast ka anyị bịa taa. Anyị bịa ụka anyị bịa kwuo okwu ihe bụ fact ezoro ezo. Ya bụ Hidden Fact. Yes. Na ozu ka anyị ji n'aka wee na-akpọkugo eze kere eluigwe n'ụwa na-akpọku ihe na-emere Igbo ihe. Sị biko bịakwanụ bịa na anụ bịa ma nzu. Igbo sị aka na-eme nzu adịghị eme unyi. Asị na taata anyị na-eme ihe a, unyi a ga-ama anyị. Ọ ga-abụ nke ọma na Eke. Ọ ga-abụ nke ọma n'Orie, ọ ga-abụ nke ọma n'Afọ, ọ ga-abụ nke ọma na Nkwọ. Anyị na-asịkwa ma bịara egbu anyị na ọ ga-egbu onwe maka na esi n'isi anyị dị mma iji awa aja nke ya ka a ga-eji ekwenye. Anyị na-ekwu ka ọ gaziere nwoke gaziere nwaanyị, ọ gaziere okeke ọ gaziere okorie ọ gaziere okafọ ya gaziere okonkwo ọ gaziere mgbeke ya gazikwere mgbeori ọ gaziere mgbafọ ya gaziere mgbankwọ ebe asị ụwa kịdị mịara ya mịara nwunye di ya mana esikwa na nke ya ga-amị biko nke ya epula ome ịma na ya biko ka okorobịa kpata ego karịkwa n'ibe maka na dịka ibe na ọ na-abụkwa n'akwa ọkwa ya ka anyị ji na-ayọ sa biko ha bịa were nzu atụọ nzu a mebere anyị ihe ọma na nzu ka anyị na-enye ya n'ụbọchị eke ụbọchị eke ụbọchị orie ụbọchị afọ ụbọchị nkwọ n'aha Chukwu n'aha ndị ala n'ọkwa odo ka anyị ji n'aka n'odo ka eji ekwu okwu udo a ka anyị ji n'aka na-ekwu okwu udo n'isi mmadụ niile ebe a n'isi gị n'isi hidden facts n'isi awa presenter n'isi oyoyo m kwesị na ọ ga-adịkwara n'anyị na mma ndị na-ele mere na ọ ga-adịrị m na mma maka na unu ji wepụta data ụnụ na-ele ihe ọma ga na-emere ọnụ mgbe nnekọ ụnụ na data akọkwala ụnụ onye ka m ji were ode a wee na-asị ya dụrụ ụnụ mma na eke dị na oye dị na abọ dị na nkwọ na-agbaghị dị mfas ka anyị nọ n'ime ya na onye ga-ebute ogologo ndụ onye ga-ebute anyị ga-ebe dị iche iche pụta ijikwa ka ọ ga-esi anyị n'aha Chukwu n'aha ndị ala n'aha ọchị ka anyị ji n'aka wee na-ekwu okwu taata wee na-asị na Igbo so onye wetara ọjị wetara ndụ n'ọkwa ọjị ka anyị ji n'aka wee na-ekwu okwu ndụ si na ndụ anyị ga-adị ndụ anyị ga-adị na eke ndụ anyị ga-adị n'orie ndụ anyị ga-adị n'afọ ndụ anyị ga-adị na nkwọ a saghara ndụ kpaa ka onye ire rie onye ime nji were ọjị bụ ụzọ kwuo okwu ndụ tupu kwuo okwu ego maka onye nwere ndụ na-eri ego ọkwara ọjị a ka anyị ji taa wee na-akpọku Chukwu na-akpọku ndị ala na-akpọkọ ọra mmụọ onye na-emere anyị na-akpọkọ ezumezu onye niile n'ebe a akpọ ezumezu onye nke na-ele anyị gị onye ma na-ege anyị ntị ma onye kwere m na m na onye na-ekwe na m ihe m jiri aka wee ọjị n'ọka ndị Igbo mụrụ m si ekpere Chukwu ka m na-ekpe nwere kpọkọ eze Chite oke abịa ma Chukwu kere ihe niile si anọkwana gị wakere ọjị ka ndị nna nna anyị anyị na-ewere kpọ ọjị na agaza gị sị gị bịakwa bịa zaa anyị zaa anyị ka isi aza anyị na eke zaa anyị ka isi aza anyị n'orie zaa anyị ka isi aza anyị na afọ zaa anyị ka isi aza anyị na nkwọ ọkwa okwu ọmụmụ ka anyị na-ekwu ọmụmụ nwoke ọmụmụ nwaanyị maka na ọmụmụ na-eme na a na-aga n'ihu ọjị a ka m ji wee na-ekwu ihe a taa wee sị ma nke m kwu ma nke m na-ekwu ma nke gị ọ bụ n'obi na-elekwana m a sị na ọ ga-adị mma na eke ọ ga-adị n'orie ọ ga-adị n'afọ ọ ga-adị na nkwọ ọ na-aha Chukwu n'aha ndị ala ọ ga-emekwa ọjị ka anyị na-awa taa this is our own communion so this is what our ancestors and Papi is a very wonderful color ọ na-echeta I didn't plan it but ọ na Igbo onye Igbo ọbụla don't just depend on me ọjị awara ya agba ise ọjị ọmụmụ ọjị ihe ọma so whichever thing we came here today onye ọma ka ọ adị m na-agụkwa n'ọfọ n'isi gị n'isi your crew so ihe ọma ga-eru n'aka tata m zụtara okwu ebe anyị ọma ga-emere ọnụ onye mmụọ na-achụ tata mmụọ ga-ahapụ ya n'otu Chukwu ka ọ ga-esi adị maka asị igbe dị n'etiti mmadụ na mmụọ ọrụ dibịa ka o bere ọ gwara dibịa ka m na-eme asị na ọ ga-ebe n'ọnụ m na-eke ọ ga-ebe n'orie ọ ga-ebe n'afọ ọ ga-ebe na nkwọ ọ na-achụkwu n'aha ndị ala gazie ekumeku dị na ọjị ndị nwe ebe anyị gara ekwenụ nke a ahụ ga-ata ya tara ata ndụ ya na-ata ata ndụ ọ bụ ị ga-atakwa ọjị so this is how we do it. This is a common way to talk to our chi and our ancestors and whichever forces that we exist with. And in our own cosmology, once we do this, we've spoken to Chukwu, which is Chukwu Kereligwe through his intermediaries, like our ancestors. Yeah, that's what you can touch. Every other person can, even my wife. No. Okay, thank you. So, Papi, you get with the other Oji. I'm going to rule. I offer you. Yes, so this is the way we pray. Yeah. Once we do this, like the Christians, once they bring olive oil and whichever and communicate to their chi, they tend to get answers as well as us. And if you can look at what I did here, nothing is demonized about it.
Yes, of course.
So, but due to the early, I'm sorry to use this, the early Christians, they demonized our religion, but we are on it. We're teaching our people, we're educating our people on what ordinal, nominal Igbo is all about. Hence, there are bad people in it, like also there are bad people in the Christian community. Definitely. But that does not make Christianity a bad religion. Yes. As well as ours. Definitely. I want you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful rendition. And I will start with something that I would love to know. When you met your wife, what happened? What was the scenario? Can I know a little bit of about that?
My relationship with my wife is a product of social media, Facebook.
Okay.
This is hidden facts.
Definitely.
I was in the kitchen.
Okay.
27 Port Harcourt Street.
Okay.
New layout Enugu. I was a student of, like I said earlier, UNN.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just relaxing with a friend of mine. So scrolling through Facebook. But there's this girl who normally likes my cousin's picture.
Mm-hmm.
So I now say, this girl that normally likes my cousin's picture, let me go and see who is this girl, like normal social media. I went to the...
Your cousin, is it a male or a female?
He's a male.
Okay.
So I went into the
Okay.
picture and I saw a black girl.
Mm-hmm.
What attracted me was her hips. Yes. Because I like hip people.
Okay.
So, and her color complexion. So I'm like, this girl fine. Oh. That my friend. I said, guys, see this girl. Oh, this girl fine. That my friend, there. Now his name is Navdak. I said, guy, if this girl agree, you go marry him. He said, you mad. Girl, I just want to know. That kind of thing. That's why I mean, I'm mad. She said, my wife did this. He said, you mad. Instantly, I chat her. Hello? I said, hi. The girl had me, but she don't had me. She dey corny. Yeah. She dey free to chat, but hard to get. So I said, hello, say hi, how are you doing? We just chat. Where are you going? I'm going to Lagos. Do what? I'm going to see somebody. This one, that one. We just dey talk. Just the flow. But I mean, so far, I'm a realist. I'm somebody who doesn't like fake life. So in my school, UNEC, I'm going to hate my fake life. That fake life is not like those girls, all of them are fake. But my school were a larger number of rich kids. Okay. So those rich kids, for the poor ones to belong or to meet up with them, you have to act a certain way. So therefore, every girl is acting a certain way to look a certain way. So their life is somehow, and that them too rare to have such conversation. So I was chatting with this kind of dream real. Now things like flow, you know. But we just they go. I were friends for a long time. I wanna she had interest to chop me and go. How much she go do? Because I never see him around the send money. Yeah. Plenty money. You understand? So I've been sending money because I started doing business very early in school. When I was driving 504 then as a student. Wow. Yeah, I drove 504 because in UNN you have to from Enugu campus, that's UNN campus, you have to go to Tukwuzala, a UNTH. You understand? So I had to buy a car. I'll go from Enugu campus to. So I'm a big boy. Okay. My own, so. Because you asked me what I was doing a lot of things, including condoms. I'm the highest seller of condoms in UNEC during my husband. You understand? So reason is my dad is a pharmacist, so I can easily access it from our shop and sell it. So it was a big business. I was also selling clothes like chinos, kokreka. So I had money. You understand? So that was how I met this girl. You know, come the pump and money. I know him two girls that year now. You understand? Him two boys there.
What did he do?
Him two boys here. They oppress me. You know, because my money don't reach their money. You understand? But my love passed their love. So, and as I do wash, you understand? You understand? The man sagged the girl. I fall in love. I'm telling you. Maybe try my phone. You understand? But big that is me. Children make a better make there. You know, you need your more over here. Convince it. At least you know when I was going out. When I look, you know I was. I posted them on Facebook. I posted them on Facebook. Everybody she's in black everywhere. So that was my verse to convince her. Because good things are not always easy to
come by. How many years did it take you before you got married to her? The courtship.
Courtship? 4 years. I mean, 4 years, yeah, 4 years. That 4 years was a very sweet 4 years. You know, before I met her, I don't take relationships serious. The reason is that my mother I'm wrong way.
Okay.
So, therefore, growing up, I placed value on women because the women steady. So, if I try to have a relationship with any girl, once she mess up, that means I feel that is how every girl is. You understand? But she came in and she gave a different version of it. And another thing that makes me love my wife, she's not this type of changing. What do I mean by changing? You met me, I was no to take a share me. Give me time now, get choice can change here. And once you want me to change, it's either it affect my finances, it's either it affect my lifestyle. So what she does is to study me, understand what she does more of advice. So that change all those kind of things. So that thing made me because actually I'm gonna change him. I'm not gonna so I didn't want that.
To you, what was the point where you knew he was the person? At what point?
Unlike other men, he wouldn't just let go.
Okay.
So I just knew. There was no other person.
Well, has there been any incident where at a point you said, no, I'm done with him? Was there any point?
Never broke up for once in that 4 years. We had our issues. But there was never a time of breakup. Maybe we took... Was there any space? No.
There was a puppy. There was a day.
Okay.
I made her angry.
Okay.
She says she must go today. Anything that happens, she's leaving this house. You're taking me for granted. I said, don't leave this house. Please. She said she must go. I said, what is that? Calm down. I need fuck up. When I need a beg. At least if you understand. She no agree. She said she must go. I have where I live. You know English. What is English? They cost pala. Because they speak many English at the beggar. She no agree. Bam. She enter motor. But you know that Dibia house they come out. She never go to step enter, but you know what she enter? One chance. Ask her now. One chance people carry on that day. She struggled to leave that bus. She ran back to my house. I became ashamed. I think that was the day she knew I'm my husband.
Okay.
But there's never been breakup. One of our principles when we're dating is you don't have to get angry till morning. So there must be a way to talk about something. And even if you refuse to talk about it and sleep with it, early in the morning, it shouldn't be something. Once you wake up, say, baby, good morning. You understand? Baby, good morning. We will talk normal. She will tell me, say, that way, do you know, say, I know, like, I go stay beg. As I be beg, if I begging, I get one.
So, has there been anything that you did to her that, you regret every time of your life?
Yes. If I say this thing, I should be surprised.
Okay.
She will forget. That was in Enugu. There was a day, even one incident, man, that incident led to running. Running on a hostel.
I don't forget.
My mom made that thing, but that thing, due to my disease show, I said, yeah, be like my gun show. I leave him. Race, why they tell you this thing?
It was not funny.
It wasn't funny. She looked me because that
was the second time.
More happier. But so what was important? She can't ask me something. She talks after letter. She talks say you love me. I say yes. She go say, I said come here now. You know your man go come here motor, get up motor also. What
It's like
name
we're
you
going to
mean?
think this love.
You understand? I go to consider this thing. This is now this involuntary action. Now the real you be this one. Now that day I regret the wrong. You understand? That wasn't me, but whoever that knows anyone knows anything can happen. You understand? Yesu, IMT, they can do those days. So that was why I took off. But that part is something that way I'm regretting that much. I don't think there's any because I always put her first. Understand?
I want to ask you. I know that you have at a point. I believe you people had this popularity on social media.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, when he came out as a native doctor, when he came out, how did it make you feel? In all sincerity, please.
When it's not even coming out, before he came out, it was not an easy thing to accept, first of all. But being someone that there's nothing going on in his life that I don't know, so it was not actually coming as a shock to me, because we've gone through so many issues, physically, spiritually, and we've been there together. And when he came out is not when he was even supposed to come out. So it took him at least 2 years stalling because of me, because of how he thinks I will feel or how he thinks I will handle it. And basically, I was the reason why he even came out late, because he didn't want to. You met somebody. When I met him, he was a life scientist. Now, trying to accept the fact that, you planned your life, this person will wake up in the morning, go to work, or maybe, and now, am I going to tell my parents that I married a native doctor? When I introduced him to them, he was a lab scientist. How come native doctor? And he comes from a very Christian background. His grandfather was a catechist.
Yeah.
His mom is a staunch Christian woman. Like, she's all this Ezine and all that. Even they host block rosary in his house in the village. So it was something that it was too much for me.
You never envisaged.
I never ever expected that, as in our life was going to turn around in that part.
Have you lost friends in the process of him becoming who he is?
I didn't notice.
You don't keep friends?
I have friends, but I didn't know. I don't notice if I have, because I'm that kind of person. To me, family is the most important. I don't really care about friends. If you're my friend, then you should understand why I do my thing. And if you're my friend, you would ask me and I would explain to you. So if I'm going to lose a friend because of the path my husband has chosen, which is beneficial to us, then you're not my friend. I don't really care about that.
Knowing how we perceive native doctor in our, Christian community, do you think it has hindered some level of progress in your lives? Now, understand me, there is, do you think there has been, ways that maybe some doors didn't open because of who your husband is?
Okay, now let me tell you something.
Okay.
When we had this conversation that it is like this now, we are not moving forward financially because of I have to accept this call, and it was clearing. We had encounters, we had situations that convinced me, not just what he said or did. I had my own personal conviction before I accepted. So already I will sit him down and tell him, if you start this thing now, people might not want to patronize our business because they have this mindset of, oh, Dibia, who knows what he has put in this business and all that, you get. And you'll be like, people that will buy from us will buy from us. People that will relate with us will relate with us. So I didn't have a choice than to believe in him, because he's someone that is very meticulous. He doesn't just dive into something. He takes his time. So when he came out and said, babe, I want to do this thing, I don't have a choice, and you have to support me. I must support him. because I had my own encounter that made me convinced that this was the right path. So I just took it this way that
Do you mind sharing that account?
okay, let me say it this way. We got married September. Bride price was paid to September 29th, 2019. So we came back from the village January. This was our
after
first.
traditional marriage.
Hmm?
After traditional marriage.
Is it after bride price?
After bride price.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no January. It was that September now.
Okay, yes, it was that September.
Yeah.
September, October, the next month.
After your graduation.
Yes, after my graduation, we came back. I suddenly fell ill. This thing has started when you started talking about coming to see my family, because even when he said he wants us to get married, I was like, why are you rushing and all that? Okay, let me just finish school. I was stalling. I started having this serious migraine. I'm not somebody that falls ill anytime, like several. Every time I'll have this serious headache. I will complain. He will go and get me medication I will take. After immediately 2 weeks after our bride price payment, I fell ill. We were going from hospital to hospital. We went to this mother care at Okigwe Road. We did series of tests. They did scan and whatever. They were not seeing anything. We went to Save a Life. They were not seeing anything. We went to Mezurike. Nothing. They said I was fine. We came home. This was the period he was deciding whether he's going to take up the call or not. Then I think I was a bit okay. He left that he was traveling to Enugu to go and see his spiritual father, right?
In Newe.
Newe.
Yeah.
So I was at home with one of his boys. Suddenly fell ill. Okay, no. Before then, we went out one day to his friend's farm. I was okay. I was fine.
Gisting.
We were gisting. We just stood up, wanted to leave. The next thing, I collapsed. There was nothing wrong with me. I was even scared that maybe I was pregnant. Did test. I was not pregnant. I was not sick. Nothing. He revived me. And that one meant. So that day, he left. Immediately he traveled. I felt sick. I couldn't stand up from the bed. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything. I had to call my family. How serious it was. I had to call my family and tell them, Daddy, I'm sick. In case anything happens, he's not my husband though. Because how can you just pay somebody's bride price and they start falling sick? And at the end, if something that happens, definitely they will say it's him, because he's just trying to accept the call and all that. He's coming out to his family that, okay, I want to become a dibia. And my dad is calling me and asking me, am I accepting that fact or whatever? So I felt ill. Then I called him on the phone. He said he's coming back in 2 days time. That 2 days, I didn't leave where I was lying down for 2 days. I was there. I was vomiting. I was taking medication. No one was working. Then that afternoon, he told me he was close. He was coming back. I said, okay. Immediately he came back. I was lying on the couch in our living room. He came. He brought Nzu Edo. I don't know if I should be giving this information, right?
Yeah,
it's okay. He brought Nzu Edo. I think he was looking for different denomination of money in the house. He asked me if I had 5 naira, 10 naira. I just told him where there was money in the house. He went downstairs. He looked for change. He came back. He mixed it in the cup. That Nzu and what I was not concentrating, so he gave it to me. I took it. Immediately I took that drink. I told him I wanted to use the restroom. He stood up. He took me to the restroom. I released myself, and you don't want to see what happened, what came out from my system. Story for another day. But immediately I left that restroom, I came out. I went straight to the balcony. I was there. He thought I went to lie down. I was there for like 5 minutes when he came out, and I told him that I'm hungry. I've not eaten for 1 week. But instantly I said, I'm hungry. And I will swear on my life, from that day to today, I've never fallen ill. So for me, that was my personal conviction. So after that issue happened, he did a lot of spiritual work and findings, and I knew why it happened. You get, it's something similar with the family. My mom experienced something like that. But you know, Christian parents, except something becomes extreme, that's when they'll start telling you, something like this happened though, I know. You get, so that was when I had my own personal conviction. So that's it. So talking about losing friends, yes, it's normal. You will definitely lose friends. You will lose clients. You even lose some family. But I'm very lucky that my immediate family, I have the best understanding, and they see you for who you are. They don't care about religion. My dad loves my husband so much that if I even say I'm not marrying again, they feel use rope tie me. So it's personal choice.
I understand. Okay. To you, sir.
Yeah.
What was your conviction? You know, you made mention of
conviction.
Yes.
That sounds Christian-like question.
Well, no, like, how did you get to the point where you know who you are?
I knew who I was very early in my life, but I don't know what it was.
Okay.
So I know this ingenuity, I know this peculiarity, I know this dream travel, I know this capability, I know this leadership quality that is extraordinary, I know this ability to create things through my words, but I don't know what it was. So in my school, I was a Christian. I lived Christian life. Final year, I lost some results. So because we had to go from Enugu campus, Nsuka campus to Enugu campus. Anybody that knows UNN will tell you that medical students stay 1 year at Nsuka, then we move to Enugu. So chemistry became an issue. So I was checking for my chemistry. I was looking for my results. So I went to try. I now have to say, let me register and rewrite the thing because I'm a very good chemistry student. So in my dream one day, I saw an old man. So the man John asked me, "Nah, can you name Subugi?" And say a result. I can't just go a result. I said, "Oh." I woke up. Ghana doesn't mean go here or go here. I went back to my faculty, Enugu campus. So Ghana ke secretary, what kind of natural result may butere that result? Secretary say, "What go result? This one, that one." I'm so okay. Nanga Nsuka. Plan was about Nanga Nsuka, but when the secretary number, I was in the next day. Be actually but me funa. Say, now go come chemistry guy who. Then already I've registered in Nsuka. Go mad was registered in Nsuka, so I will rewrite it. It went off my. I'm going to result and they're happy. There is a guy called Juggernaut in UNN. He's a law student, but he was the first person who was the first young person who blew arose. But na unique. Ulo obi. Ona abachi. You understand? So, one morning, am I here hidden facts?
Yeah.
I mean a wrestler. Yes, I actually came to take wrestler from him to smoke.
Okay, you wanna go?
Yes. So, but on I go for, he saw me. He called me. Onu kwirobi njo. Ele iberi ime na nkem. Onu kwirobi njo.
Okay.
Ele iberi ime na nkem. Say ajuga na mama ihe na ajumo abeg if you get wrestler. Esim norodo. Say ajuga the most say when morning lecture. Esim onu kwiri norodo. It was when I now shocked because that onu kwiri my great grandfather's name.
Oh wow. And he never knew you from home.
He's a student I met in UNEC. How will he know my great grandfather's name? And he didn't call Onukwiri. He said Onukwiri Obinjo, the full name. But we, here Jimara story the man Onukwiri. So he called Onukwiri Obinjo. He called the full name. He called me, he addressed me like that. So Yakbomo Baratule. Said Najuga Mami Nako, you know wrestler. Yes, Moke Dibia. So inside you guys just they play with me now. Come for ask me okay. I'm just here. Konye mrezile ya adopted the resident. Do say sim na kamu na ego oji. Inside man na atoji. Yes, na ngo just nko henge kum meto ya onu. Nyewezie. I did that. I gave it to him. So come for ask him bia. Ma kwa mana nge medibia. Inside you guys mekwe dibia. He had to watch. Him to wade emecha. He also told me another thing which has already happened. That was my brother's wife. He told me that your brother got, but when my brother look why. Also when they go get the town soon, no got long why. Man, the girl, can't get see man. And I told my brother. It was when the girl was sick in the hospital in Lagos Lutz. My brother was in some Juganot, but then I don't have Juganot number anymore. But that one has the girl is late now. That was by the way. So after then, I believe in Juganot to me. I just moved on. But I know there is this thing about me. But him and Omen Alibo, I don't know what I walk on no more man bear. I knew I can make people, somebody who is nothing can come to me, I'll make the person. Through my words, through my training, through whichever way, I don't know, but they will come out better. People, they will now see me as their mentor. They might be richer than me, but they will respect me. There's this courage. Those things keep happening. Now, when I finish from university, that's what they call internship. We do. Being SUG speaker, I am connected, so I can actually talk to 2 or 3 people in different hospitals to get you to work in a hospital. But lo and behold, I couldn't get the job. I'll submit people's name. All of them will come out. My own will not come out. I mean, a UNTH. I mean, a Navy. I mean, even the last one, I mean, I went to Akure. I was coming back. I had a fatal accident. I didn't get the exam. Internship. So things started happening around me. Ndị botorelo ofeke na babedi bia na ngwa. Mbia no na ro. Abasim ga dibia. But being a good Christian, I was raised that take dibia when ojo. So I didn't have the knowledge. That's why anywhere you find me, I try to educate people about Igbo cosmology. Dibia bu ihe dey ade, oga alala, they have their role. They play in Igbo cosmology, Igbo society. You understand? On their role, on advices they give. So njema na bedibia. Jerona newi, being that non newi can number yan emem. When I met the man, or repeat many years ago, without me knowing him. Obomo baratule ne mo barora. Bomo kedibia. Bachara mafa. Nsi ego le ka ga-eji eme ihe eji gbara ma fọsi m ego gịnị na onye ọ ga-arụrụ m naanị agwụ na ndị ọzọ mụ ga-eme n'aka m si ama m ihe eme ya sị ị ga-amụta ya maka na ọgụ a ga-emere ndị mmadụ. His name is Ezifedi Omimi. He's over 90 years now. From Umudin kwa Nnewi. I give you datas. Can you verify? So, Anla Biache Mozo. What do you mean? Tibia. Short boy like me. Nothing, everything went through my mind. I went to Aba and met that one. I was coming back. Lotta, my wife John Mele Hengatara. I told my wife on. Because the man told me the worst. Bonsom as a person. Nyenage me as an individual. Nota. My wife not going to observe some things. Me, I know what I'm passing through, which no you know na dey ku. Iwe na emere ụmụaka ibe gị. Ọwụrụ na nke gị. Ọ dịzie ka eji okwute gbachie the thing. So about the man say old man say asem na nwere akwa me head ota go head ota no game. I started that gradually. Assessing things unfold gradually. You like I just use I have an issue. I need to sort it out. I find out that I have a faster result from this particular one.
Okay.
You understand? Man, I'm a scientist, like I said. So some things are empirical to me. I take data, I take information, I analyze things.
Okay.
So that did not convince me yet. Did not convince me yet. A lot of things happens in amazing kebona. Nọrọ na nrọ. Mfuzi onwe mebe na-emezi dibia. Mbakote na nga-eme dibia. Sinanga no were na-eme. I didn't go to my village. No were. Mmadụ nye m ọrụ ngara nke my friend. No dị ọrụ. Gaa na mmiri no were maybe maja. Asị ma wo ihe aka ekwuru. Na ị ga-ala village. Nsa na ala village ọwụla. Na lụrụ village gakwa na-eme gị na ele ihe ga-eme. Asị m na ihe ga-eme dị. Fe weftere m ego ụlọ that bar. Ịhụ na village Ikenga Square. Akpụchago m 4,700 blocks na kind of other place. Exactly. I sold all of them. Nja ụlọ elu. That day nga sị na m ga-ebido ịrụ ụlọ ala enwe crisis on my business. Eso na ndị Bitcoin gbariri ego na mgbe Bitcoin pụtara. Eso na ndị tewara big money na Bitcoin. Nke ahụ mgbe nche elu my wife ka m gakwụ isi no hot after like this 7.something million naira now 2.something million. Give him shock or bam like this. You understand? So I first mama human enemy. I know. You understand? Because the cows are fakuru cow direct if I'm saying go to Nangala village. They are not that Ikenga. Lakwano village, Ewo, Ukanemota. My wife is enterprising. On a big business. A lot of things. What's your business? She had her own share of more staying back. So one day I'm narrow. I am tired. I need business that is unique. Unu men kana mkwetezi en lovely nge kwetala. Anom narrow. Umebe na serve panwai. You know about Ikenga Palms.
Yes. We started promoting.
Yes. I started creating. The first carpenter I told to construct the bar for me, I'm crazy for telling him to build a bar. Teach the guy, teach the yamete to the second stage, more when you come on the stage. Even I remember 2 days, even though she just to bring out those things. When they are stabilize the business, when my wife say I have to
move.
Go. The time is here. And experience in Congo, I go her personal conviction experience. Her business, my wife is a Christian. I saw tighter, then I to tight. My wife is intelligent with her spiritual life. Although when I met her, she's not a Christian. I had to call a Christian when I met her. When I got to church, I met her a free thinker. You understand? So she cued into me. It was easy for her because she was a free thinker. She wants to see this. Let me actually see this.
Explore.
So if she was an ardent Christian, like a charismatic renewal, boy, me to make deliverance. You understand what I mean? Because that was what they would tell. I could remember the first time I tried to tell my mom about this spiritual thing. My mom is educated or spiritual this thing. That's some high and casual. I got you know that kind of thing. So the idea I wouldn't better. So, but more and more personally, I know what. I mean, in that there are some things I cannot start telling you as it is. But I know how many journey I went through inside the mini, how many journey I stay, like when born a Jima. So, no, now Rabiana Ronam or from same Gaulog. You know, I have such kind of experience. You understand? So, I don't want to engage with somebody who does not see what I see.
Yeah.
I'm like a cancer patient. There's the medications I take is not the one only malaria I take. Okay. But out there are so many malaria patients. You understand? So when a malaria patient see me who a cancer patient taking my medication, I'm not saying I have cancer. I'm just telling my spiritism, all the special on its own. So most times the other guy or the other part does not understand what I see in this part. It's only me who knows what I see. And when you come close to me, you will see the radiation of what I'm seeing. Okay. You understand? So that's it.
You made mention about Resla.
Yes.
How long did you smoke? And
I know.
Did your wife know that you smoke?
Yes. There's nothing about me my wife does not know.
And how did she take it? What is one bad thing that you do with your wife?
Both of us are bad. Both of us are bad. So nobody is better than.
Can you elaborate a little bit? This is hidden fact.
Okay, now, while coming, my wife can see a very big ass and say, baby, lay your spec. You understand? So, my wife is not really that rigid person, and that's why I'm enjoying my marriage. You know, on social media, there's a lot of bad images about marriage. Nobody's promoting the sweet part of marriage. There is sweet, wonderful marriage. What are you going to say? I am bad, she's bad. Okay, let me give you an instance. When I was dating her, so one day, no way to take her out. So that's her ex-boyfriend. It's okay. But the sports. So on the sport already with the person. Send a picture, and the person made the sport. I said, baby, you send again and say I'm connected. You understand? So now you're thinking of a bad girl. Almost na this young man with 10 tacos no way. So what do you give Jaguar? You have to call Gonya. In case Gonya, I can't tell me now. So what do you give Jaguar now? You have to inform me earlier so that we come on Onya somehow person. So ever heard already somebody that honest okay, last week, last 2 weeks, I got birthday. Friends, married women, I got birthday. Even on the place, I don't know where the birthday. Yeah, Johnny, I'm not one of my boys there. One of my friends, I see your wife for hotel, where she see him. Again, I will call my cousin, yeah. Jammer, I can see, I said the guy, I'm married. I say, I know you're when I said the guy, I'm married. That's the guy. The guy said, are you not that ready with my wife? Yeah, you understand? So, the problem with girls is that a bad girl is trying to get married to a good boy. It's going to crash. You understand? When you have to look for your type, your spec, so that the person will have it in mind and you do that possible. I want my wife now. I'm going to approach Legion of Mary girl or Mary League girl or somebody who has Usher now one Believers Love Word or something. She have things at stake that she might say, I never made this relationship, but because her loyalty is not pledged in any spiritual home, either church, either this or that. So she's a bad person on her own. I'm a bad guy on my own.
What are the things that you see that you would say is bad? Like when you say bad, of course.
Okay.
Like what are they?
You know, Olamide is called bad, though. It doesn't mean Olamide is a killer. So what we say bad, though,
like,
He gets some
She
characters.
drinks,
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
She smokes?
Yes.
Then.
When I met her, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
And
She's,
you smoke together?
yes. That was.
Correction.
Yeah. No.
Relax.
See, my wife was the first person that took me to Orange Room.
Oh, wow.
God.
That's our first Valentine picture. He's still there. Maybe get you the picture of the Valentine. She took me there. That day I was extremely unhappy. I was boiling. I was uncomfortable. She now took me, saying, let's go out. From Orange Room, Nelu. Just Nelu, many years ago, like 5-6 years ago. So you know what she offered me? She offered me smoke and juice, cranberry, and yeah, that was SK.
SK, yes.
Orange Room, yes. So, and that made me to love her more. You understand? Because
you felt good.
Yes, she reduced my stress. My stress was not being able to take care of my mom. Well, was what my mom was doing, and also Valentine, I wasn't able to take her out. So I felt somehow, but that singular attitude extended my age. Then that this thing she does again. Beetroot.
Yes, that's I take it.
Yes, she prepares those juice from time to time for me because of my health, because I smoke, something like that. So that's perfect. You understand? So, but right now, I'm on. So that's baby crochet. Something like that. Yes. So, and that's the reason why I didn't quit. I just reduced.
Stop, or she stopped by herself?
Pregnancy. Yes, pregnancy has this ability. That things it does to women. You understand? So especially the responsible one. And again, once you're pregnant, you find out that parents will come into it. So either man, a lady, and your mom not on a phone. So parents are now looking at us. So that time it was just us. You understand? So it wasn't that person guy. Baby, what is the lighter doing in your pocket? No, it's not her. You understand? So our guy will take the lighter, do the of my. But he goes to tell you that more again as a lighter. He has you understand that kind of thing? She's pinching me. Telling me not to say much.
Okay, I'm going to ask this question. What is in a marriage?
Yes.
In this marriage,
yes.
What would be the deal breaker? Do you think there would ever be something?
There is something my wife had turned off, and that had turned off is there was time. Yole Dochie took a second wife. Yole Dochie took a second wife. I defended Yo for that action, and I made it clear to them.
I didn't.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Continue.
I know. I defended Yol for that action. The reason I defended Yol is my understanding of life, one, before tradition and spirituality. My own understanding of life before. I told them ordinary Igbo supports polygamy.
Okay.
But most times, polygamy is not as a result of ordinary Igbo. Polygamy is as a result of either that there's something missing in the first union. To some, is child. To some, is affection. To some, is respect or character or whatever. I told them personally, I support you, but I'm not going to take a second wife in my lifetime. And the reason why I'm not taking a second wife is not because I'm against it. It's because I'm one of the people who are privileged to get married to their soulmate. There's nothing actually lacking. There's nothing I can say my wife does, because I'm not living with Yole Doche, but I know the vibes he gives out does not match that of the first woman. I don't know, but that's how I feel. So, but me,
it matches with the second one.
The second one is as radical as he is.
Okay.
You understand? He's as radical as he is. So I think he's trying to enjoy his, how do you call it, that woman early stage of his life. So maybe he didn't understand himself very well. You understand? But now me, one of the things man when he came with my wife, yeah, they turned off so much. As in she would not want to forgive me. Is me taking another woman as a wife. You understand? That's the highest turned off from my wife for child DJ.
What if a situation where the spiritualism which you believe in demands that you have a second wife?
If you actually listen to me properly, you'll find out that I said polygamy that my religion supports. I didn't support it because of spiritism. I said something is missing. Marriage is not a spiritual affair that much. You understand? Because marriage is man-made. It's not something the spirits will come and say you must marry this person. That is argumentum ad ignorantum. Argument based on ignorance. And that is why we don't advise people to go to any man of God, any dibia to say, no. You can marry any person. Once character again a match. In our spiritism, what we consider is compatibility spiritually. Which most times, we believe in what they call dimmi. Some call diowa. And in our cosmology, these things have a direct effect on relationship. Some people's marriage can never last. You are going into marriage, a good girl with a good character. But once she goes into marriage, either things get worse for the man or the man will start hating her. In our cosmology, we have a way to resolve it. As well as men. She's not in the minimum like we believe, does not support our union. There is a way you'll be feeling in this marriage. Before she got pregnant, after marriage we planned ourselves. So we didn't take in immediately. You understand? So a lot of people thought it was marriage, it was
holding back.
Womb checkers. Womb police. So they were thinking it's because to work out or we planned ourselves to stabilize before we go into childbearing, and that is why whoever sees him, the man and the money, they prepared for her. You understand? So for her, and we hear why would you? She has made me her Ikenga. I see it. Not in you could not know. She says a lot of rubbish. You understand? But what she adds is different from what she says. So most times I listen to her heart more than what her mouth is saying. So for now, what remember? Because even this my spirituality, a beautiful girl of this nature with class, accepting it. How much years on natural?
I'm going to deviate a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And being that social media is what we are, that's the in thing.
Yes.
And we have understood that spiritualism have been taken into social media quite a lot. And we are opportune to see a lot of DBS who are flaunting wealth, claiming things that I don't know if I would say they can do, and things maybe they cannot do. Some people who claim that they will shoot them, the gun will not enter, and all those things. What would you say? What would you make of that? Is it the kind of spiritualism that you believe should be practiced or not?
When you say spiritualism, is
Well, I mean native doctor. Let me just say native doctor.
Okay, spiritual. You say spiritualism. I wanted to.
It's big.
Yeah, it's big.
So let's just narrow it down to native doctor.
Okay. Now the reason there is that even the number of native doctors on social media to me are microscopic. They are microscopic because even till now the number of pastors supersede them.
No doubt.
So the reason why Haji Buru Yankiri and draw attention their activities. Their activities. Now going by the ones who flaunt wealth. Let me sound defensive a little. Over the years. The new Dibias in their quest to show those people who parade themselves on the pulpit saying Dibias are poor, Dibias they can they now come out on social media to show you Nobure Ezioku. What happened then was that they were practicing Dibia with free heart, like Mecharage. The people now took them for granted. People started treating them like doctors. When a doctor would deliver a baby, they will go to church for Thanksgiving. It doesn't happen in native. So most of them are doing that to show. Understood you. You understand? So most of them is doing that. I think most of them is doing that to show you that here the okay, the kwabogeni. That a pastor can be wealthy, a native doctor can be wealthy. That's one. Some of them are showing that because mgbe Odara onye isi zọtara ụkwụ ka 100 nọ n'elu. Most of them have been living in abject poverty. So seeing what that can give them, how much control on how to showcase it. Another thing neighbor is that I'm sorry to say that majority of us are not so informed, educated to handle all these things. The riches, they amass. Because whether you be wealthy, whether you be rich, it is obvious. Onye ọbụla na-eme ihe dị na mmiri, onye ọbụla na-akwa aja ndị ichie, they are very wealthy. Memory was a gakọ, and when you get gakọ, that's why our ancestors that did it, they might not be rich in money, but to check all of them, they have a lot of lands. So wealth has always been an attribute of Dibia. Or hello, so many wives, so we can only aramba, I say hello, well free. So, but it's not like always a way to go. Mana, when pastors like Reverend Adeboye, the other one, what is it called?
Is it Redeem?
Redeem? My Redeem is Adeboye, right?
Okay. I think it's Redeem is
Adeboye. That this other guy who people mimic very well. The one that wears white. Oyedepo. Yeah, when Oyedepo flaunts his private jets, flaunts his massive building and his son, you find out that people will not antagonize Oyedepo. That segregation, no Nandi Dibia, is always existing when Edibia tries to show a little microscopic of what Oyedepo shows, Paul Enoche shows, Suleiman shows. They will say he's showing himself because behind our people who are raised with Christian mindset, some of them are not happy that these things are happening, that these people are taking over. But you don't know why I want to. All this has happened over a period of time. Social media is only showing you microscopic, like I said earlier, quantity of it. As a Dibia, I know a lot of native doctors, Dibias that are over wealthy, but you won't see them on social media. Either they are not educated enough to show you, or that they decide not to be. But whatever you see, this one or the sense of marketing. Coming to ndị nke na-eme miracle na church those miracles a na-eme na screen ahịa ka ha na-azụ anyị nwụcha ndị Igbo ọsọ ahịa ka ha na-agba you understand to show you that a na-emekwa ụdị ihe dị ụta ka ịma na ọ na-emekwa you understand so majority of them either they're using it to preach gospel or they're using it to get people to come to them. And again, there's one thing Mark Zuckerberg did, monetizing Facebook. So once you post things that are okay, for instance, let me use myself for instance. Your crew, when I came here and said I'm a native doctor, if I'm for social media, I have many followers immediately because of the way they appreciate and like me. So when you see those things on social media, people tend to follow them, even when, like me, people, somebody that doesn't like me, who hates me, hates my religion, will just follow me. You just want to see today. Let me post you. But you just want to see me. Now, if I go ahead to block them, they will be angry. Why did I block them? You understand? So, also, it's an in thing. It's something that makes people to have large followers, and in turn, that large followers can become money to that native doctor because some pastors and Facebook are also monetized and they are making money from it. So, and you must find out that in this era, anonymia. And all my candy age anonymia, there's a lot they believe with money. Once money is involved, they believe they can do a lot. So hence, native doctors who are billionaires, who are millionaires, who want to come and show it that even the kwabo okay, the kwabo again. You understand? So when they get out on ogo abrocha magic, ogo metaphysics, and metaphysics is a deep part of science. Because when they can say about science, no metaphysics called and metaphysics is science. Because on that physics can accuse metaphysics. So what I need marriage a geography on. You understand?
And then when do you have sometimes like because let me just put it this way, because most of the times when you talk, you bring in Christianity and then you bring in the native doctor part of it. You try to merge them in comparison. Now, it is understood that in Christianity, when God gives you, the money is peaceful. Right? But in native doctor, it is always believed that when you get it from a native doctor, there is always a payment, a pay time for a period of time that you got that money, right? Let's say, I think there is something that I saw on Facebook. They use pot to make okite, and and then they will have this belief that it expires, and then you have to renew. Or something like that, and then if you don't, it backfires.
No. This is religious misrepresentation and misinformation. And being that I've seen a place you have Nigerian Actors Guild of Nigeria. These people, anytime I meet them, talk to them. They are one of the people who are misrepresenting our religion, teaching people false information. First of all, you said in Christianity, when God gives, He comes with peace. In ordinary, when it happens, there's something to pay.
A condition.
Ordinary Igbo is a way in which the Igbo worship Chukwu, which is the same God. Whichever money that comes from ordinary comes from Chukwu. That should be at the back of your mind first. The difference is that you use olive oil and we use red oil.
But some people don't even use red.
No, I'm just telling you. The difference is this and that. I will come in the area of Ogo.
Okay.
The thing you're talking about. Let me talk about the spiritism.
Okay.
Oh, Chukwu kere mmiri. Oh, Chukwu kere ikuku. Chukwu kere ala. Chukwu kere ọjị. All these things we use, even the nzu. Before we speak, before we do anything, we say, Chukwu okike. Chukwu kere eluigwe n'ụwa. Ndị Nsụka na-akpọ Chukwu okike, eze chite oke abịama. We invoke God to come and be with us. while we do this. In ordinary Igbo, when you go through your ancestors, example of my ancestor is Ezefune, Onukwere. Example of Christian ancestor, Peter and Paul. They are people's father. The difference there is that you are calling Peter and Paul, and I'm calling my own grandfather. If St. Peter can do something and somebody becomes wealthy or healed by from a particular illness, why won't my ancestor, my grandfather, do it? This is just the problem. The problem is that you have been tamed to believe that once, see, Papi, let me make it clear to you. I rather call your grandfather Manjidoji Carrier Peter. Reason is Sanchega village, you know, now visa. Your ancestor might have relationship with my ancestor. They know me better. More Paul, Nchiga village Paul, I got visa. No, I'm just being factual to you. So let us say that there are somebody who is owing any admission. Or now we contact any admission.
Okay.
I wanna na IMSU or na any university. Yeah, na uncle girl bossa or na into admin. Okay, you get admission faster because someone you than in every other place. Onya nagega. That is the concept of ordinary. We told you say Nannamo Keke, Nannamo Kori, Nannamo Kaf. They all know you. They lived a wonderful life. And those who live, not every dead person will only chill. Okay. I want to make this fact known to all of you because Oniche is those people, those dead people who live the righteous life, and they are choosing to perform as Ndiche in the land of the living, in the land of the dead. So once we venerate them, offer them sacrifice and say, I want this. What do they do? If you go and pay na when he chọrọ dị ụta chọrọ ala obi. Your father ga-ewere mmanya gawa na nke ụmụnne ma gawa ebe ọla kwuo okwu gbasara ala ahụ wetere enye gị. Nna gị, isi na-eche ịga lụọ nwaanyị. He will follow you and go through the process. Ndị ichie, once you say ihe dị ụta na-agụ m, ihe dị ụta na-agụ m, and ị na-agba mbọ eji eme ihe ahụ maka na what is being blessed is the fruit of your labor. There must be labor. Okay. You understand? So when those things come through those scents, that is our ancestors. It is of God, and it doesn't come with any disturbance. What happens is that I'm going to hear free in Owa. That's why you must eat before you go to toilet. Okay. So once somebody made here, appreciation is quest for more. Is in another way to say, give me more. After this podcast, we had the go viral. I may work about Okondi cheese, and they don't tamper that day. How many me do that? Don't the cocoa babiari? Also banana. The meat belongs to us. So the first miracle that happens to Ordinal is that he owns the meat. Oji kwagene aja. But if you're a Christian, give me a father. Yeah, what a million fegi.
I'm going to dive.
No, I'm coming to Ogu.
Okay. Okay.
Ogu, like Okite, in a pot. I'm going to teach you people about Oguta. Okay. In my quest to explain Ogu.
Okay.
What is Ogu? Ogu means in Yamaka. There was a time you were sick. You went to the hospital.
Yes.
They administered what? Ogu.
Okay.
Ogu kahani. All those are now. Nye dibia na-eme. Dibia na-eme ọgwụ, dibia na-eme nshi. Nshi dị iche na ọgwụ. You go to hospital. Hospital give you drugs. Hospital can also poison you.
Definitely.
Poison is different from drugs. So any ọgwụ ọwụla emere to harm somebody, ndị Igbo na-akpọ nshi. Any ọgwụ ọwụla emere to enhance living of human being, ndị Igbo na-akpọ ọgwụ. I want you to understand this thing. So what you see in a pot is artificial magnetism we create with animals, herbs, no anymore here. We create that science, metaphysics for this person. Example of it is Go TV. It creates a particular section of boss. It will number the tea. ị subscribe ya gị megịnị gị Lego TV
Decoder
ngwa ọgwụ ahụ dewe ya igbori ebule you make use of it. It is a science, it's a metaphysics. And Go TV, when you don't subscribe, it doesn't come against you. The only against you will come against that you can't elect the thing. Ya bụ ọgwụ ndị ahụ ị na-ahụ egbucha ya bụ na enwe ihe mere ya ọgwụ dịrị dormant. Na ọgwụ a na-agwọ na enwe nke na-akpọ ọgwụ ọma, nweke na-akpọ ọgwụ ọjọọ. Ọgwụ ọjọọ bụ ọgwụ a gawara were ihe dị ike tinye n'ime ya bụ ọgwụ. Ihe ndị ike dịka ihe si n'ahụ mmadụ, maka na mmadụ is a higher animal, is not a lower animal. Nchi ime ọgwụ awele, I must get ego ugo, aga m eweta elephant enyi, aga m eweta eke, aga m eweta all the king of animals, m ga-eweta mgbọrọgwụ ụmụ ihe a na-ara na-akpọ ubune a na farm na-enwe seed. M ga-enweta mgbọrọgwụ ụkwa, m ga-enweta mgbọrọgwụ ụdara. Those plants ọmịa ofu ya nọ in larger quantity, which is what is called awele. And we know in Igbo language awele nke ọma onye achọrọ ka ihe abịa in larger quantity. I create here that science with those animals, synergize here. If you know what is synergy, example of synergy, okay, can you use ọgwụ empirical, ampicillin and clovinolic acid, clozacin. Then when you join both of them together, you get a synergy called empirical. Augmentin, amozil, and clovinolic acid. Yeah, augmentin.
Yes. You
augment a different substance, you give a specific result.
Yes.
The reason is that our people has refused to develop that toolkit to a certain stage. Okay, they can Go TV. It will be readily available for anyone to access. And until people like us who are educated, who understand the principle of Inyaneme, Bidomeria, people will keep demonizing it, making it look as if it's not important. Makana, gị na onye akwụrụ ụgwọ shop, ya ga-agwọta ọgwụ somewhere, na-ere ahịa karịa gị iwe na ọ na-agwọ ọgwụ. Katapila oyiri gị n'aka. Ị ga-agwọ ọgwụ nke gị rewa ahịa. It's because he has the code. That's why he's watching Go TV. You didn't have. This is our science. Yeah, we end the buy. You cannot stop it. So when somebody say, "Enwere nka now," mgbe bi dey me wota, hate ego nye chi na mmadụ. Maka na ihe dị ka enwe na adị na ya. A na-eti enwe aka enwe, aka ikiri. Ịma na akpa ikiri. Ikiri this animal, anything o jide shele ike. So whichever business client you must have gotten, the ọgwụ ga-ejide shele ike eme elu ba onye asọ ọgwụ. That is the artificial magnetism we create. After creating it, I may ọ na-asụ ndu. Ndu ahụ constant motion, ndu constant movement. Mgbe ga gị hụ dibịa chụrụ aja n'ụzọ. Ala a na-agwụ constant movement. Nye ole nwere achụrụ aja n'ụzọ. Aja na mmiri, anything the constant means awele because unending part. That's why that itam ndukushimune we force it to I jukwa yota team bo tie ko ni me ya na mu ndu a because the process a energy can create it generate any mo.
And on ya ga wete ya ga egbu ga eti ni me.
Oya subscription. You know, it's a subscription. So when somebody will misinform you and tell you that Nkechi Chukwu, let me come to the church. You people pay tithes. Nothing is free.
Yeah.
Every week
offering.
you give offering. Even when Jesus has paid for all our sin, we are still paying. You understand what I mean? So that is the core concept of nothing is free. So when I'm trying to juxtapose between Christianity and ordinary, it's because our people have been told a lot of lies and misinformation, like the one you just opened up, and I'm giving you information. So, but tomorrow gawa tell you onye nwụrụ anwụ ti n'ime ọgwụ ịkpọlitere onye nwụrụ anwụ to work for you, and human being is human being. Ọ na-arụ ọrụ ahụ na-arụ nwere ike ihe onye kwetara ga na-enye ebule at the time gị kwuchi inye ede ebule, he will come and say nna akọnwe m na gị kpara, but animals doesn't have such ability. You understand what I mean? So even if there are some animals who are highly intelligent, now what is good there is that like ọgwụ ihe na na-ekwu na emekọtacha ya tinye n'ite tinye ma ihe ndị a na-etinye egburi anụ dịka ebule gburi anụ dịka nkịta What is nketa? Nkenta. That's the real language. Nkenta for hunting. Nkenta. So once immature was here, you give the ogwe, you empower the ogwe through offer. What is this offer? Then I go to court one mana ekuchana the court enwero ishana ako bam. That is our own offer to seal it. Cultivation. If you want to cultivate words na Igbo, like ichi konye na farm ige jogo. Ma konye na. Ichi cultivate okwu ono na Igbo ige jofo. Offer is the tools we use to cultivate words. So that's after saying we hit the offer and say so shall it be. And the person who does this have the divinity to do this. Once he does it, he's going to move this certain way. So but once you start putting something, each of God goes so because Ogun might take up to 21 days to start manifesting. Mananka only ka abịara today ochogo magono maka this era ochoro eta na eche tore babenz ochoro ime this one. So egwori ogwu ike. Obezo enwe ga ya chefone enwe ebe onwere ogwu. That's what kills them. Ogwu ambegido ogwu ambowazi ogwu. Because there is a substance that is inordinate in onime nya bo ogwu. But ogwu na substance a hadro n'ime ogwu arugido ora kushi iburi anu onyo oku.
Wow.
You understand? So all these things are what we must educate our people about. You understand? So all the intent one, the substance two is what determines Makana go when we go TV or DSTV, you're gonna level porn. It does not make a DSTV a bad one. Moge, de moge. Son. But it does not make Moge a bad one.
Okay. That's quite insightful.
Yeah.
And coming to the tail end of this program, I'm going to have few things that I want to ask you. One is, did you do a white wedding?
Okay, I hope the viewers can hear me. This is a very interesting part of my life. I was surprised to get the question because I'm not. If you look at my skin, you find out I'm not a white man. So be it that is me. There's this new pastor I like recently on social media. I don't know his name.
The actor.
A pastor. He has been.
Is it Femi?
I don't know. Black guy, yes.
He's an actor.
Okay, he's an actor too.
Yes.
He said something about
the one that lost his dad. He's an actor. He's not the head of the church.
No, not that guy. Not that guy. This guy, black guy, where they take on pastors. Yeah. Recently, they said he's not man of God. That's what pastors say. But let me tell you.
Is it Femi?
No, thank you.
I will show you. Okay. So, see, white wedding is tautology. It's a repetition of something, unless you didn't do traditional marriage. Marriage is not even biblical. In a church, it's not biblical. It's just something a man should leave his wife and family and cling to a man. What the church does, blessing. Church bless that marriage. Therefore, here we see the no Thanksgiving. But you find out the white wedding, like Thanksgiving. White wedding. Even before we got married, my wife knows that I gave me a white wedding.
And she was okay with it.
No, she doesn't. I said my wife wasn't a Christian.
I was never going to church.
She wasn't the church
even
type.
Before I met my husband.
She wasn't the church type. So
I don't identify with any church.
She wasn't loyal to any person, any deacon, deaconess, pastor.
Okay, let me say this. When I met him, he was an ardent churchgoer.
Yeah.
In the morning, maybe when we speak in the morning, then I was in school. You tell me I'm going to chapel. He goes to chapel to pray every morning. This person you're seeing here.
Me?
He performs in church. He sings very well.
Yeah. And I'm going to give you a hint.
so when the change came, he has always been a spiritual person.
Okay.
So I was not surprised. But me, myself, I was not in any spiritual gathering or whatsoever. I was just my person. I've always been a free thinker. Why I stopped going to church was the last time I went to church. I think that was in my 100 level. My mom called me that morning. Onyechi, you gotta go to church. Stand up, bathe, and go to church. I said, okay. I went to church. They were welcoming newcomers. I said, okay. At the end of the day, the youth pastor or whatever, after the teaching, he asked if we had some questions. I said yes. The question I asked, I was reprimanded. Why would I ask such a question? So that was the breaking point for me. I didn't go to church again because I'm a very, very factual person.
Okay.
I like to see things the way it is. Before we go spiritual, let's talk about the physical. If it does not correlate, we are not talking.
Okay.
So that was it. So he's not even the reason why I was not going to church. So people see me and they'll be like,
your husband,
fine girl like you.
You know, do wedding.
You were asking me that, did I lose friends? I just remembered. There was a period that was raining on WhatsApp.
Yes.
If you know me when I was in school, I would say hot girl, you know, those guys. They were using me to gossip on their WhatsApp group.
How can this
fine girl like this?
Jay-Z
After
girl
all your shakara,
you can't be Dibia where
you go they marry. It's not even as if the man is so rich.
He's rich. Or handsome.
When somebody sent it
Bros
to me.
no for fine.
yeah.
Bros were one, so what you do?
So when someone sent it to me, at that point of my life, I was trying to get my life together. I was like, this is not what I need. I blocked them. I blocked everybody.
Okay.
And let me tell you now, they are all in my inbox, having one problem or the other, wanting to meet my husband.
Can you imagine?
So that's life.
Okay, I have one thing that I always had in mind to ask.
Yeah.
Which I think should bring us to the end of this segment.
Yeah.
Till I'll give you the free space to say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
In Christianity, I'm going to be a bit vulgar.
Yeah.
Okay? In Christianity and then in Native Doctor.
Yeah.
You made mention of you and your wife being the body. Your wife is the body, you are body, and then you guys have the same lifestyle. And you understand that time. And we know when you say body, you know, sexually a lot of things come into being a body. And I have known that giving head to to the church, the people who say when you give a head to your wife is a sin, the amount you use to praise God. I want to know, does this same also apply to tradition? If your relationship with your wife, does it get to the point where you need to give her head? And if you give her head, is it against your tradition? And what I would love to know something about that.
You know, it's a very sensitive question.
Yes.
And I'll do justice to it. In as much as I just oppose ordinal and Christianity, they are not the same.
Okay.
They are not the same. Why I say they are not the same is that we have ways in which we clean ourselves if we feel that we are unclean.
Okay.
Because even our ancestors knows that we are human beings. We are fallible.
Okay.
In the area of giving head, I started giving head even before I became a native doctor.
Okay.
So head is one of the things I used in convincing my lady. So, and if you eventually convince a woman with a particular stuff,
okay,
and at the long run you stop doing that thing, you might not lose her, but you might lose vibes.
Okay.
It is believed in our cosmology that we're not supposed to do that.
Okay.
It is believed that ayekwesi iji ọnụ anyị na-eji agwa mmụọ okwu were tinye n'ike nwaanyị. Mana ihe na-emewa agwụ. Most times what they have out there, the general information of the public, is not obtainable to me because my agwụ has never complained about it.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Dibia like Million Wuro Okalaku will tell you that other some other Dibias, like Million Wuro Okalaku does not believe in Igbo Ogbo. I do. Reason why I believe is that young one now his own trance, my Zume is more. He has never seen himself na-agwọ ọgwụ mana ana m ahụ onwe m na m na-agwọ ọgwụ every time n'ime nrọ so I don't know mmụọ kpọrọ m dibịa ga-eji asị m agwụla ọgwụ why he teaches me how to do ọgwụ so and I've never been warned either in Afa or in my spiritism saying I should
put a stop.
Not do this or that. Even ma bụ nsọ dịrị onwe ya bụ nwaanyị na-ahụ nsọ ya. My wife ma nke ahụ ma cooking ma sleeping. Even though mgbe ọ ga-atị asị m ị bịa ma ahụ nsọ she will behave in a certain way. Not like eventually if I eat it. No. It could affect someone on my phone saying I have this problem please help me and sort it. Due to I'm not clean, I may not be able to get that which I need from those forces. Even if I like okwa, onyara shi ebuti igeri. So the reason why we try as much as we can to be clean every time, ka ha na-eme ka ọ na-aga. Ọ bụ na mmadụ ga-anọrọ ma mgbe m na-eme agwụ ya sị m na nkwụsị inye nwunye m head mụ na-enwe problem nwunye m sokwa na mmụọ na-efe you understand? Yeah, it's true. Nwunye m so na mmụọ na-efe you understand dịka mmụọ mmadụ you understand so I have to nyekwu ya ihe ọ na-eri ka o nwee ike rụọ ọrụ otu o si arụ dịka mmụọ a na-efe efe you understand what I mean? So if you have this ideology out there I'm not saying nigga see dibia sige ndi ba nigga so dibia guy whatever you want to say you say you understand you're open to your ideology your opinions and that's what makes this world fantastic it's called unity in diversity so it's always good for people to have divergent opinion without divergent opinion again we call us in the world you understand it was white and black and people start thinking things could be different so album Izum has never warned me about that. But hence, if I have sex with woman, before I'm buying a kuagum, even I get from more, and when it's some certain ritual I'm supposed to do before I'm buying a metal of aka or metal anything aka. You understand? That is things we do to cleanse ourselves. You understand? Before we engage in such activities.
As a traditionalist,
yes.
Is there anything that is binding between you and your wife during your traditional marriage? Like something that is binding. You can't cheat on me, or I can't cheat on you.
I can't oath.
Like
this language, in my cosmology, we have a different ideology when they say cheat. Like I said, I've said that earlier. I said, Ordinala, Nomenala believes in polygamy. But I'm not going to practice polygamy due to what I'm looking for. I got it 100%. Okay. And during traditional marriage, there were some discussions where because they were the traditional marriage with the parents of the girl and parents of the boy. That's people who weds you in traditional marriage by you understand? So the marriage has been ordained. So during that period, you find out when you for better for worse. But I'm marriage with my wife it's not court to GI marriage. You remember when they court to GI marriage? You may have separate. If they separate, court will do this, court will do that. Marriage with my wife is a free marriage. Free marriage in the sense that she does not need to go to any court or pay 100 and something million. She will just call it a quit, organize with their people, and return on bride price. And that is how the Igbos made it to be. So there was nothing. And one of the biggest cheating they made my wife told now, he will tell she shine. The day she shine yota. And mpotagi hum no renju me be big nwa or na me philanthropist. I'm cheating on her. My mama nwe. So unu na-ekwu cheating na ọ na-awụkarị Christian ideology to your own union. Our own union is not like that. Our own union, I will try here, do or die, affair. You understand? I need follow the nsọ dị n'ala Igbo. Ama m na. So ọ bụghị the idea and the Christians you follow marriage. Kamuaji you follow my cheating on my wife again is I only focus on taking care of my parents alone. Chifu na yawa many parents. December run as I buy some mama na azụ nke mme. You understand? Ana agbara mpe mam Christmas ana agbara mme. Once those things are missing, let me tell you, you're not sleep because you hear that cheating now about sleeping with another girl. Yes. People who don't sleep with another girl who does these things to their wife are cheating on their wife in my cosmology. But to Christendom, if he does not sleep with other women and does this thing, he's not cheating. So you find out that time with a different ideology about cheating. So when you ask me the question cheating, it doesn't sound well to us on the because what is cheating to you people is not cheating to us. You understand?
Thank you so much. So to you, madam, you have a wonderful husband, definitely. Quite intelligent and quite insightful. And I want to ask you, what is one thing? I know there are so many things that you love about your husband. What is that one thing that you love most about him? One. I know that, of course, for you to marry him, there are so many things. But what is that one thing that you look up to every day?
He's a kind person.
The kindness. Kindness to you or in general?
In general.
That's amazing.
I want my money to quick finish.
And then to you, of course, I know she's everything that you want to.
Yeah.
As we're rounding up and asking this question, because of course the viewers would want to know as well. So what is that one particular thing that you love about you?
Okay, I don't think it's one. I don't think it's two. Two things. One particular thing I love about my wife is how she worships me. She does worship me. The other way around, and she might do it arrogantly, but she means it. She might be angry. The way she's, why should I worship you this way? Why should it be this way? But she will do that. She respects me so much. So the second thing I love so much about her is her bedroom activity. Yes. It's top notch.
Top notch.
Yes, top notch. That's actually what I ordered. I got exactly what I ordered.
You got exactly what you ordered.
Yes,
so the bedroom is as in
fantastic.
Oh wow,
fantastic. So, and I'm also telling the ladies, the women.
Just let me ask. In that line of, how many times do you make out in a month?
I just want to.
No,
it's equal.
But actually, or something almost like daily.
The truth there is that even as
I know it comes with affection. So I just wanted to know how frequent.
It's as frequent as lubricant because because even as we are here, there has been a conversation. Are we going home? So she's asking for hotel lodging after the whole interview.
Okay.
So in a car, both of us are radiators.
Oh yeah.
And so we don't have time to. So the makeout is as many as possible. Understand? And it's a good thing.
And anywhere.
Yes, that was why I said Bado. I didn't want to go in detail. You understand? Because even in so many universities we have had this. Different uncompleted, completed.
What did they like?
So this is things that got me
entangled.
So some people will make it routine. So those things are missing. It's not there in my relationship. Once testosterone is active, estrogen will certainly correspond. So
Okay, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
being my guest
You're
in the
welcome.
Hidden Fact, and
You're
it's
welcome.
quite wonderful and very insightful. And I believe that in time to come,
Yes.
we're definitely going to have you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
and thank you, Madam, for
You're
coming.
Yeah.
You guys, I wish you guys the best in all that you do.
Thank you.
And I'm sure the viewers, they're going to watch every bit of this because it's quite interesting. It's
Yes,
a very
it is.
interesting
I
episode.
literally learned a lot.
You
I learned a lot.
You have to ask me something.
I have 2 questions for both of you, Sha.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, for you, this will do this. They have good and bad. So do you do the both, which involve blood of a human? Sorry for asking,
No,
but
it's a
I feel
valid
people
question.
are interested in it.
No, the truth there is that in Igbo tradition, because when I said I'm dibia, I said dibia ordinary Igbo.
Okay.
In Igbo tradition, ihe ọla gbasara Igbo mmadụ wa arụ, ranging from abortion.
Mhm.
So if, because I did abortion when I was in university, that for me to do anything as dibia, I got arụ kuchi olulu, and I know how much money I spent and energy, and I know how much is spoiled for me. Don't you think it would be devastating for me to engage in human sacrifice? So any day I bring anything containing human whatever in my shrine, it's going to be devastating. But notwithstanding, enwere ndị Igbo na-eji mmadụ eme.
Okay.
Let me educate you.
Yes.
You know, when you go to hospital and somebody has kidney problem, there's a need to go to another person and get a kidney to cure the person who has
Yes,
kidney.
yes.
Ọ dịkwa n'ọdịnala Igbo. There's this level of issue a ga-enwe, a ga-achọwa ihe dị na mmadụ a ga-eji eme. Mana ihe ome gọọmenti ji mechie ya bụ na these things are done to people who are dead without their consent. Mana nke kidney harvest, this person is aware. The reason why Ike Ekweremadu is in jail is because he wants to harvest an organ without consent.
Okay.
So whichever thing you do without consent is illegal in the eye of government. Example of ihe na-eji mmadụ emewe arụsị. Arụsị nọ n'ala Igbo, a na-eji mmadụ eyiwe arụsị. Arụsị makere na village unu. But these people will be told, lekwe ha chọrọ ime lekwe dimkpa pụta si na ka e were ha mee ihe. Maybe there's a problem in the community, they need to have a maybe war or whatever. Dimkpa ma agbọ bịapụta si ka e were ha mee ihe dị otu a kwa aja. But a ga na-emere ha ihe dị otu a every year. And once this thing is not done, you see them fight. Onye mere abịa n'arụsị, atọ mmadụ n'arụsị, you find out that arụsị dị one of the biggest science anyị nwere. Although there are some arụsị who exist in nature, like ngele mmiri, like akpụ, osisi a na-akpọ akwụ tree, like ọjị, like ebelebe, like anụnụ ebe, like akụ ebe. Those are energies, ngwu, who exist on their own. Once a blood of animal is poured on it, they get activated. And once the blood of a human being is touched on it, they get deactivated. So, arụsị akwadoro n'ala Igbo, a na-eji ihe dị na mmadụ akwado. Like if you go to Benin Kingdom, there was this queen who sacrificed her life. You need to go and read her history for the kingdom. Till today, and I worship here. Ebe her grave no graveyard no na Benin Kingdom. Mother Anazo Yoko research about this.
Yes, it's a true life story. I've
Yeah,
forgotten her name.
yeah, she made herself a goddess.
Benin Queen.
So these things are real. So when you say the bad and the bad I do is even I won't do that. Then giche ma aka mgba. Mana kwa na ọgụ mana ị ga-alụ ọgụ ndị mmụọ. Akịọta mmiri. If you know that somebody wey police giche ya aka mgba, a ga-agba egbe na. A ga-eme arrest.
Yes.
And the bus station a ga-eti gị. So nke ọjọọ na-eme ịmara mmụọ dibịa iche m aka mgba mụ na gị mee biznes iri ego m nkwesi m do my worst. Ngwa gị na-enwe m ihe na-agba ụgwọ na be m. Enwere ike gị m enweta dị ego mana your body go tell you from this business failure to this business failure. Maka na kapịnta m aka osisi maka esi elu ụzọ osisi. Ọ bụrụ na dibịa ka ọ nọ sọ. So mana ụlọ ọgwụ ya bụ dọkịta zọrọ ndụ ga-ewelikwe ndụ. Ịghọtago? So mana iwe n'ebe ahụ wụ na ndị Igbo believe na ya na-akpọ ometere buru maka ihe anyị ji aga n'ọdịnala Igbo wa ọfọ na ogu. Ya bụ na ogu tụrụ gị na ya anyị na-achọ ime m nwelite ọfọ ahụ kwuche okwu ahụ tinye n'ala ya na ya agaghachi onye ahụ anya. So that is the nke ọjọọ n'ebe ahụ. And dibịa ọla na-aga agọ nshi wee fake dibịa. Agwa nwere dibịa na-agwa ọgwụ dibịa na-eme nshi because battery startịrị moto m bụ bịa na nwere negative and positive charge before there be stability. So ebe anyị nọ na-eme ihe a na current ọbụla anyị tiri a ga-enwe negative and positive charge. Without this program will not work. So for stability sake, there must be good, there must be bad, there must be ugly. It's all called. Another one.
Okay, no, that's all. Okay, for you, ma, I want to ask. So now, at this point, you are a traditional worshipper with your husband.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I went to court the other day to get my NIN affidavit because I think I lost it. So they were filling my form. The part where they have to put your religion, the person puts Christianity, and I was like, change it, I'm not a Christian. She turned, I was all gauged up. She turned, she looked at me and said, what do you mean you're not a Christian? I said, I'm not a Christian. Put ATR there, African traditional religion. She said, what is that? I said, you don't need to know, just write it. She said, no, I should forget about it. I said, no, put it there. It's my religion, you don't have to tell me to remove it.
We are not Christians. Including my daughter, when we went to register in school, there was a specific instruction never to teach her about Jesus. No CROK.
Wow.
Yes.
But funny enough, the school told us that there are so many people
So many
like that.
parents who are coming and instructing that their children shouldn't be taught anything Christianity, no morning devotion, nothing, no music. They shouldn't teach their children anything. And because I was telling them, they said they are having the case recently of people coming to tell them that they shouldn't teach their children Christian religion. So my daughter is Afro-theist. So she believes in African system of Afro means Africa, theism means religion. So what we practice is African system of worshiping Chukwu Okike. You find out that once I get to that point of God, I say Chukwu Okike. Reason why I use the word Chukwu Okike is that we the traditionalists does not believe in God. We believe in Chukwu Okike. Why we don't believe in God is because the concept of God, according to Christianity, that he sacrificed his only son, and whoever sacrifices his child, not Nalibo. Therefore, we will not worship any god that sacrifices child. So that is why we actually say Chukwu Okike. We don't always use the concept of God. So Arosia hena hosina man-made. In case you get man-made. But that one that God creates on Israel, that Chukwu Okike create, it was your brother. Get like many. You make it in your mother na many. Elakwa no wa game na blood. Mother metal na many. Elakwa no because many na so go no. So how much more that one that comes from human being? So they will deal with you mercilessly. You understand? And then what I mean in many is that any river, no river is small. Okay, so carefully they are about small. Those are the most powerful ones. So many wala many. Abakona go ojo de kenye basi ibu mmadụ. So ibu mmadụ. Like when I went to Ukunnemi with Ofonje Medibia, they asked me such question. Oh, na mmadụ one day go keme gi ojo na mmadụ sigi bu eki were ala ya niile. The question was funny because personally I'm not ibu mmadụ. So I told them before they join me henge na mbu mmadụ ị ga-ama makwa ebu mmadụ. So I don't know how to kill human being. Nobody taught me about it. But what I know how to do is that when human being try to take me for a ride, I know how to put him against Ogu, which is the normal thing in the Ibonine. You might not want to do it now until your uncle, Nawagalanike, or somebody Bowagobi. Because women use it more. What women do is that when you deal with them, maybe you're going to date it for long. They gave you all hope and you mess them up. Some of them will take their sanitary pad. And it happens. Once now Jogo. You know what I go? But what I'm advising women, the viewers, is that energy, aga na mmiri ma ọ gaa n'ọkụ ma ọ were pad gị na-ekwu okwu ka that young man mere gị ihe ọjọọ ka ya shiere ya ike werekwe that pad kwuo na that young man ka ihe dịrị ya na mma ka ọ lụrụ gị all the same energy. People use it naanị mgbe e nwere negativity. You can also use it. I'm just telling you people, one wine on the war, that your blood is enough ritual to change things around. Mana ọ bụ ime aka esi use ya. Stop using it only mgbe agbara gị obi. Use kwenye mgbe obi na-atọ gị ụtọ. Ndewo.
Thank you. Amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much once again for coming. And I can tell you, as old as I am, I have learned so many things that I never, ever, really learned throughout 40 years of my life. And it's amazing that I gave you this opportunity, and you gave me such an insightful renditions, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure that the viewers also is going to learn more than I have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming.
It's nice to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, viewers. Thank you for being part of the show. And you are the reason that we're here. And I appreciate every one of you for taking your time, your data to watch this. Thank you. We're going to bring you more interesting episodes as time goes on. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.